Earth faced a desperate situation in the late 22nd century. Resources grew scarce, and people struggled to survive. The planet had too many people and not enough food, water, or space. Dr. Ju Park stood before the World Council, her hand slightly shaking as she presented her idea. She was not tall, but her presence commanded attention. Her black hair showed streaks of gray, evidence of years spent working on what many called impossible. "The Genesis Project will save humanity," she said, pointing to her detailed plans. "We can transform asteroids into places where people can live." The council members exchanged doubtful looks. One older man laughed openly. "You want to hollow out rocks in space and put people inside them. This is fantasy, Dr. Park," he said. Dr. Park remained calm. "Not hollow them out. Transform them. Our new gravitational manipulation technology makes this possible." She nodded to her assistant, who displayed a small model showing the process. The council watched as the demonstration showed how an asteroid could be reshaped and given artificial gravity. "Even if this works, the cost would be enormous," said Councilwoman Hannah Lee. "We have immediate problems on Earth." Dr. Park had expected this response. For 3 years, she had tried to convince people that humanity needed to look beyond temporary solutions. They needed to think bigger. "Earth cannot support us anymore," she said simply. 50 years passed since Dr. Park launched the Genesis Project. Humans had spread across the solar system, with millions now living on transformed asteroids. Ceres, once just a large rock in space, now supported a thriving city beneath its engineered atmosphere. People lived there much like they did on Earth, but with the knowledge that their entire world could move. Engineer Tian Li checked the strange signal readings again. He had worked at the Deep Space Monitoring Station for 12 years and had never seen anything like this. The patterns repeated with perfect precision. Too perfect to be natural. "Director Min-hee Park should see this," he said to his colleague. Min-hee was Dr. Ju Park's granddaughter and now led the Genesis Project. 2 hours later, Min-hee studied the signals with intense focus. Her dark eyes narrowed as patterns emerged. "It's a message," she said, "and it's directed at us." Within days, scientists decoded the basics. An alien alliance called the Galactic Consortium had sent the message from Proxima Centauri, the closest star system to Earth. They had been watching human development, and now wished to make contact. The United Earth Council called an emergency meeting. President Jisu Kang spoke calmly, though everyone could sense her tension. "This changes everything. We are not alone, and they want to meet us." The council selected Ambassador Tian Li to represent humanity. He had helped decode the message and showed a natural skill for understanding the alien communication methods. His ship departed for the meeting point between Earth and Proxima Centauri. After 3 weeks of travel, Ambassador Li's ship reached the meeting coordinates. A massive vessel waited there, gleaming with blue-green metals unknown to human science. It dwarfed the human ship like a whale beside a minnow. "We welcome Earth's representative," came the translated message. "Please prepare for arrival." Li stepped from his ship onto the alien vessel. The air felt strangely thick but breathable. 3 beings waited for him. They stood tall on 4 limbs, with upper appendages that moved with delicate precision. Their skin shimmered with patterns that seemed to shift as they moved. "I am Saul," said the Central. The news of the failed diplomatic talks spread quickly. Humans across the solar system watched their screens with worry as President Kang announced that the Galactic Consortium had demanded they stop the Genesis Project. "We have declined their terms," she said firmly. "Humanity will chart its own path among the stars." Chief Engineer Sun Woo Choi sat in his office on Ceres, studying the latest designs. He had spent his life making planet ships better places to live. Now he had been asked to make them into something else. Weapons. "I don't like this," he told his team. "These ships were meant to create life, not take it." Young engineer Gina Han looked up from her screen. "If the consortium attacks, we need to defend ourselves. The planet ships are all we have that they don't." Shunwu nodded slowly. He knew she was right. Reports suggested the consortium had thousands of ships, while humans had only conventional space vessels, except for the planet ships. Work began immediately. Ceres, the largest planet ship, became their test platform. Sunwoo's team added massive engines to give it greater speed and control. They built weapon systems unlike anything humans had created before. Dr. Jae-hyun Moon joined the project, bringing his work on artificial intelligence. The ships are too big for human crews to control in battle, he explained. My AI cores can process information much. The alarm sounded throughout Earth's orbital defenses. Red lights flashed as space traffic controllers watched their screens with horror. Hundreds of ships had appeared near Saturn, moving fast toward Earth. Consortium ships detected, announced the automated system. Estimated arrival: 45 minutes. Admiral Min-hee Park stood on the bridge of Ceres, Earth's first planet ship now converted to a warship. Her uniform felt tight around her neck as she gave orders. All crews to battle stations. Power up the quantum shields. She watched as 3 other planet ships took positions around Earth. Though they looked like small planets, they moved with surprising speed. Each carried millions of people who continued their daily lives inside, protected by layers of technology. Admiral, Consortium fleet is firing on our outer defenses, reported Officer Jin-woo Kim. His voice remained steady, but his hands shook slightly. On the main screen, they watched as Earth's conventional space stations exploded one by one. The Consortium weapons cut through them like paper. They're stronger than we thought, said Jin-woo. Admiral Park nodded grimly. But they don't know what we can do either. The Consortium ships approached Earth, their formation perfect. The largest ship, nearly the size of Earth's moon, positioned itself directly above the planet. They're charging their main weapon, said Jin-woo. Energy readings are off the scale. Park made her decision instantly. Move Ceres between Earth and that weapon. Full shields. The planet ship accelerated, its massive bulk sliding into position just as the Consortium ship fired. A beam of energy brighter than the sun struck Ceres directly. Everyone on the bridge held their breath. The ship shuddered. Lights flickered. Shields holding, reported Jin-woo with disbelief. They're actually holding. The quantum shields designed by engineer Choi did more than hold. They absorbed the energy, channeling it into the planet ship's systems. Shield capacity at maximum, said the AI system, ready to redirect energy. Admiral Park smiled for the first time that day. Target the stars looked different from Proxima Centauri. Admiral Min-hee Park stood by the viewing window of her planet ship, watching the unfamiliar constellations. Behind her, the bridge crew worked quietly, still amazed by their journey. 4 days from Earth to Proxima Centauri, said Captain Do-yeon Kang. Dr. Ba's faster-than-light drive worked perfectly. Admiral Park nodded, and the Consortium had no idea we could do it. The human fleet had arrived without warning. 4 massive planet ships appearing in the heart of Consortium space. It was not an attack, just a show of power. The largest planet ship, Ceres, positioned itself near the Consortium capital planet. They're hailing us, said Communications Officer Yoon-ji-nam. The Consortium High Council requests your presence. 3 hours later, Admiral Park walked into the Great Hall of the Consortium. Unlike her first meeting with alien species, she did not come as a diplomat begging for acceptance. She came as the commander of the most powerful fleet ever seen in the galaxy. Zal, the lead representative, approached her. His skin patterns shifted rapidly, showing what humans now understood was extreme distress. You have violated our space, he said. This act of aggression is exactly what you did to us, said Park calmly. We are simply returning the visit. The Great Hall erupted with noise as representatives from 17 alien species argued among themselves. Some pointed at the humans, others at their own leadership. A small alien pushed forward through the crowd. Unlike the others, she moved with determination rather than fear. I am Tyri, of the Benthu species, she said. For centuries, we have been told that planet ship technology was impossible and dangerous. Now we see the truth. Other representatives joined her. The hall divided between those who feared the humans and those who seemed angry at their own leaders. Admiral Park watched with interest. What truth is that? That the ruling council has suppressed technologies, said Terry. They keep other species dependent and weak while claiming to protect us. The consortium was breaking apart before Park's eyes. Centuries of control through fear and lies were crumbling. Zull raised his voice above the chaos. The humans must be stopped. Their technology will destroy the balance off. The balance of your power, finished Park. That's what this is really about. She turned to address the entire hall. We didn't come to fight. Humanity wants to join the galactic community, but as equals, not as subjects. Hours of tense negotiation followed. By the end, a new agreement emerged. The Treaty of Proxima would reshape the galaxy. Humanity would share their planetship technology with conditions to prevent its misuse. In return, they would gain access to the knowledge of 17 alien civilizations. 1 month later, Admiral Park stood in the newly constructed human embassy on Proxima Centauri's second planet. Through her window, she could see Ceres in orbit, a symbol of human ingenuity and determination. Her assistant entered carrying an ancient-looking device. Admiral, the Benthu scholars found this in the restricted archives. They thought you should see it. The device projected an image of strange symbols. It's a prophecy from the earliest days of the consortium, explained her assistant. It speaks of world movers who would either save the galaxy or destroy it. Park studied the symbols. They feared us because of a prophecy. They feared what we represent, said her assistant. Change. As night fell on the embassy, Admiral Park wrote in her personal journal. The words came easily as she reflected on humanity's journey. We came to the stars as engineers, building what we needed to survive. We never expected to become the fulfillment of an ancient prophecy or to reshape a galactic society. Yet here we stand, world movers in truth. She paused, looking at the stars that were still new to human eyes. The real question now is not whether we can build bigger ships or better weapons. It's whether we have the wisdom to use our power well. The consortium ruled through fear for thousands of years. Humanity must choose a different path.